Jai Ganesha. Welcome back to On the Mic, the show where global politics becomes something you can actually understand and sometimes even enjoy. In part one, we asked who will be the next superpower. In part two, we uncovered the invisible power games shaping the world. And today, we are going to explore something far more unpredictable. What if the next superpower isn't a country at all? What if the world is shaped by a crisis, a disruption, a breakthrough, a movement, or even a completely unexpected player? Well, this is the episode where you lean in. Well, like the previous parts or episodes, we try to segment the topics. So we'll start with the world's pressure points. Well, there are moments in history where a single event changes everything. Black Death, which led to end of feudalism, Industrial Revolution, which led to Europrized Europrices, then World War II led to US dominance, then internet boom, globalization 2.0. So here is the question. What modern crisis could reshape power today? So if another global pandemic happens, not dramatically, just realistically, could that completely change the balance of power?
Yeah,
Today we
very.
have
Sorry,
today
go
we
ahead.
have Vijay back in the show. Yes, Vijay, over to you.
Okay. Very interesting question and a provoking one, actually. So, if we look at a pandemic, sort of a war or something like that, in a hypothetical scenario, if it happens in the future,
Right.
if you look at the entire pharma game, I think it's between India, China, and with America. So, I think India would be the first one to survive and come out of this crisis because the way we kind of work with pharma or finding out something is really, really fast.
Mhm.
Although America has a good amount of technology, but the amount of regulations there they have to get something, a drug or a vaccine to come out of the basket of the company, it takes a lot of time. And China could be quicker and faster, but the reliability factor always lies on China. See, on a lighter note, like when the COVID was at peak stage and like the vaccine were available and all, at that point of time, China and Pakistan were very, very close friends, and someone was actually interviewing a guy on the roadside, like because I watched the Pakistan channels for on a lighter note. So they were asking like, आप लोग वैक्सीन लोगे? He said like, हाँ हम लेंगे. चाइना के लोगे नहीं तो भारत का लोगे. चाइना का क्यों लेंगे? वो काम नहीं करता, भारत का ही ले. So a Pakistani guy also knows that Chinese things won't work, but it's quite unfortunate their army still inclined towards China to get the defense equipments. Yeah,
Certainly, China's reputation precedes,
yeah. So
undoubtedly, and with no debate further.
So I think to put back the context and bring audience to answer your, I mean, to stay back on your question, I think a pandemic situation. I think India will come out in flying colors, followed by America and China. If they come or not, they have a strong narrative edge, so they will always say we have done well.
Right, right. So true. All right. Then, what about climate emergencies? We're already seeing water scarcity, extreme weather. Then, could the next superpower be whoever controls food and water supply or water security? Your views on that?
I think the controlling the basic variables has been, it's like a historical thing. It's just not new, but in the near future, as you said, because the population is rising and the quality of the fertile land is decreasing, so definitely anyone like who has the control of all these natural resources would be the kingmaker. So there is
Certainly.
no doubt about it. So even if you look at the latest tariffs. What Mr. Trump has done, and he has taken a lot of U-turn because he don't have resources. He has to depend on others, so he cannot say no to others.
Right, right. Very true. All right. They imagine a major cyber disruption where grids, satellites, networks going down. Does that favor countries with stronger digital resilience?
Yeah, absolutely. That war is always on. Like now, we may not know. See, at the end of the day, a lot of things actually does not float into the social media or the real public, but that's always going. It's bang on. It's always there. And
Right,
maybe in the future you will see more things about such sort of an attacks or anything. Like if you look at we had a GPS spoofing attack in Delhi airport very recently,
right,
and before that our government has actually blocked the Chinese satellites in viewing our territory. So I think it's on, but you can see a magnification or like more of that thing, because that would be a more future warfare. So definitely that would be there. And as you said, like who controls? They are the kingmakers. Like it's very easy, right? If you can if you cut down all the data of a particular country, so they're like complete digital darkness. If you don't have information
certainly.
nowadays,
Very
it's
true.
like you're gone. You're out of the game completely.
Right, right. Well, let's talk about surprising, unexpected superpowers. If we take Africa, it's the fastest growing population, and if we take Middle East, it's new diplomatic giant, and if we see Asian countries, it's new manufacturing hub, and if we talk about South America, it's rare mineral powerhouse. So sometimes the player nobody expects becomes a player everyone needs. So Africa could be the world's engine by 2050. Do you think, Vijay, the world is underestimating its rise in the given scenario at least?
No, like see, everyone only think of Africa as what do you say, like
A
as a
third
free
world nation,
hand. Uh,
probably.
yeah, definitely that, and they always try to exploit that. So because of that, like first of all, it is not even on the paper when they talk about the superpowers or anything. But to answer your question, a surprise power means like I think India has proven it in last 5 to 6 years that we rose as a superpower, and the population which we were told when we are as a kids or when we are going to school or education that it is a what do you say drawback to the nation. Now, if you look at from the last 7 to 8 years, I think this particular government has converted that population as a powerful weapon to India as a 140
Right,
billion
right,
users, and we have got the youngest youth, average age is like 29, 30 years. So I think India is a surprising power, and it all depends on like how we are going to the narrative war. So India on the population front, I think it has built a very good narrative.
very true, very true. Well, Middle Eastern countries now broke peace deals, control energy routes, and invest globally. So, are they quietly becoming the neutral superpower? How do you see that? How do you see that picture?
No, definitely like I don't vision that way. From whatever the source of information normally I consume over the net or the unconfirmed sources, either you can say podcasts or articles and all. But they always like after learning from those things and my personal logics, if I put across, connect the dots, I definitely don't see Middle East playing any major role. They can be a kind of a bridge for some deals and all, but I don't think. See, until they come out of their that fundamental radicalism and all, and they do it very openly, I don't think uh, they can see a good light in terms of sharing a power space. But definitely, they can have a collaborator space.
I understand. Well, and here is a fun thought. Could a region like ASEAN, like countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, become the Switzerland of manufacturing? Do you see
Definitely,
any such opportunity?
that is already happening.
Okay,
That is already happening. So. And if they can kind of hold to the fort what they have already built, I think definitely we can see a lot of wonders. And I've read a lot of reports. I think I can say unconfirmed because nothing comes out of China properly these at any point of time. But lot of companies, US companies or the foreign built companies from China are moving out. It is said that at a rough estimate, 70 to 80% have already exited from China, and they're only coming to either Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, or India.
India, right? Very the dynamics
So,
is has already moved pretty fast, and it is still under the way. If
so
we believe.
I think they are already stars, so they just have to hold the crowns properly.
Right, right, right. All right, guys. If part two showed you the hidden pieces, part three just revealed the hidden players. But what's in the next episode? We uncover the hidden rules. Part four is where everything comes together. So be ready. We'll see you there. Until then, stay united. Good night. Har Har Mahadev. Jai Hind.
Har 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 Mahadev. See you soon.